MNC Los Santos, welcome to the party. How are you doing, man? What is poppin'? Are we ready to rumble? We're almost ready to rumble. Alright, here we go. Leet Whale in the house. What's poppin'? MB95. Midnight Simon at midnight. It ain't midnight here, man. Not yet. Alright, should I do daily problem? Oh, you know what? You know what I just realized? Oh, after this daily problem, I'll have enough points to buy my damn hat. Let's see if I can do the daily problem. Flip square submatrix vertically. You're given an m by n integer matrix grid and 3 integers x, y, and k. The integers x and y represent the row and column indices of the top left corner of a square submatrix, and the integer k represents the size of the square submatrix. Your task is to flip the submatrix by reversing the order of its rows vertically. Return the updated matrix. Can I do that? Maybe. Dumpy Don, what's happened? The solution to neg thoughts and low productivity is rigid scheduling? Wait, what you talking about, man? Buffer should not exceed 5 minutes? What are you talking about, Dumpy Don? What do you mean negative thoughts, low productivity? Anyways, hope you're doing alright, man. Here we go. So, I'm not sure how to do this problem. Maybe top. Alright, so maybe I just start from this. I don't know why they give it XY when it's row column. So maybe I'll just start there, iterate k times, and then so I gotta put this row. Alright, this is simple. This is simple, right? I think so. So let me try and do it. I suppose I could easily do it if I just created a copy of the grid. Should I do that? And then now I'm going to iterate from, so x is 1, y is 0. So x, man, why do they give me these crazy things? So x represents the row. It's a little bit silly. And y represents the column. Bet Simp in the house. How you doing, Bet Simp? Here we go. So I'm just going from r equal x to c equal y. I shouldn't do it like this. I should do to x plus k, right? And this should be c plus k, maybe. So that's just going to iterate through those cells there. But what I really want to do is I want to go. Alright, I'm going to replace the numbers in grid 2. So grid 2 RC equal grid RC. Obviously, this would be a one-to-one replacement, but we got to figure out. So in this one, this would be grid 1, and this is grid 2. So grid 1 goes to the column, so it'd be like grid C plus K minus C. Does that sound right, man? And then the row would be the same. Who knows? Too lazy to figure out if it's actually the case. Maybe I'll just hit run to figure it out. Right? We'll see. Nah. This probably goes out of bounds or something, man. So let me think here. C plus K. Oh, because the dang the XY thing is messing me up mentally, because X is like supposed to be horizontal, but here X is like vertical distance, you know? So maybe what's happening is it goes out of bounds. So I guess I should really just think about how these positions move. So we got 0, R is 1, column is 0 here for that 5, and then we want that to go into R would be, so we have to move these R's, man. So maybe it should be R plus K minus R, and then the column stays the same, actually. Drew Fire, what's happened? Well, gorgeous hair. Thank you very much. I've been growing it since 2013. Wait, this should be R equal X. So maybe this should be X plus K minus R, not R plus K. But still, what am I doing wrong, man? I'm just, oh, you know what? It should be like R minus X. Hold up. Wait, R should be initialized to Y, C should be initialized to X. Did I do, oh, I said I was supposed to do that, and then I didn't do it, man. Yes, you're right. And this should be Y plus K and X plus K. It's tripping me out how they use the X and Y's like this for this problem, man. So, hold up. Grid 2, X plus K, that's the end. Maybe I gotta do -1 here. Who knows what I'm doing? I'm just like throwing random stuff. Alright, I gotta take my time and think about what the hell I'm doing. This dang can't get my formula right. MNC Los Santos, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. What are we talking about? So 5, this goes from r is at 1, and we want to put it at r plus, oh wait, x, r plus, I mean k is 3, so for sure we need to do a -1 there, but then I feel like it's still going out of bounds, man. One plus 3 minus 1, and this should be like x minus r maybe. Jesus. No, r minus x. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Maybe I'm not ready for algorithms today. Time to do a little see outs. Let's see, what the hell does this evaluate to? Because who knows what I'm doing wrong. Alright, I'm trying to say 0. Hold up. That row is wrong. Wait, LeetCode, did you mess me up, man? that row ain't right, man. No, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get it right. Don't you worry. Is that right? This problem sucks. Wait, X represents a row in this problem. Wait, that is weird. Yeah, LeetCode, this problem, like whoever chose X and Y to represent row and column, what are they smoking, man? I wish it would tell us who wrote this problem. I'd send them an email right now, or a whisper or something. I'm like, come on guys, you really gonna do that to us? Anyways, I just made enough dang money to buy a hat. Should I buy the hat right now? Where's your RC shirt? You're right, where's my RC shirt? I haven't seen that thing since I moved, man. Gims, I gotta find it. Steven Sagiball, what's happened? Is it a red flag when a girlfriend wants you to call her Jackie Chan in the bedroom? Why would that be a red flag, man? Is that's what's going on with you right now these days? If anything, that might be a okay thing. I don't know. You want to be Jackie Chan, then I don't know if it's gonna work out. Oh, should I buy the hat? I don't want to buy it on stream because what if I dox myself? Let me see. I can afford it right now, man. Or should I save my points? How do I redeem? $6,500. Alright, maybe I'll order it off stream. Dump it on. Sharing your solution with us. Let's see. It ain't loading, man. LeetCode's whack. Something ain't right with their stuff. Almost doxed? Yeah, almost. What about elite rooms? Yeah, we could do elite rooms. I don't know what else to do, man. Well, I can't see your solution because LeetCode ain't working correctly right now. I'm trying one more time. Nah. I took a bad Pokemon trade last night. How bad? What do you mean? Do you make money? Do you lose money? You just buy something that was too pricey? down 500. Dang. I don't know what to tell you. Wait, isn't the RR? Hey, maybe. I didn't even look at the URL, but seems like you are correct. Negative IQ viewer got that eagle vision. Oh, very good, very good. No extra place or space in place. And then you just swap them out as you iterated through each column. Very good, man. I guess if I wasn't so lazy, maybe I'd have tried to do it with O1 space. But I'm lazy, man. And I'm gonna redeem. Alright, I want to redeem my hat on stream, but I don't want to enter my address on stream, man. So I'm just gonna do it off stream. Alright, Dumpy done. Wants to do a little Leet rooms. Let's go with mediums and hards, or what? Easy, medium, hards. 45 minutes, and let me take out like weird problems, like concurrency, design. Do we want design ones? What kind of circuit? Where's the database ones, man? SQL questions. I don't see those. Shell. We don't want any dang shell questions, right? Is that it? Database. We don't want any of those either. Everything else is Genki. Here we go. Leet rooms. I guess I'm almost like caught up with all the virtual contests that I've missed. Well, probably not. I don't know if that's true. Alright. Leet whale in the house. Let's go with the easy ones first. Categorize box according to criteria. Given 4 integers, length, width, height, and mass, representing the dimensions and mass of a box, respectively, return a string representing the category of the box. If the box is bulky, the box is bulky if any of the dimensions of the box is greater than 10 to the 4th, or the volume of the box is greater than 10 to the 9th. Man, there's a lot of labels. If the mass of the box is greater than 100 or equal to 100, then it's heavy. If the box is both bulky and heavy, then it's both. If the box is neither bulky nor heavy, then it's neither. If the box is bulky but not heavy, then it's bulky. If the box is heavy but not bulky, then it's heavy. Note that the volume of the box is the product of its length, width, and height. So my intuition says just do if-else statements. How wrong am I? I think your intuition is good, because that's what I'm about to do, man. I'm about to... Wait. It's only one... I thought it was a bunch of boxes and dimensions, but I guess it's just one singular box. So let's calculate the volume, and that's it. So can the volume overflow? Length, width, height, 10 to the 5th. I think it might be overflowable. So I'll use long for volume, and it's just length times width times height. But those are all integers, so I gotta I don't know how to do this. Can I just times it by 1LL to make sure everything is good with long? And then our mass is our mass. So I guess they want bulky. So is bulky is equal to if the volume is greater than or equal to 10 to the 9th. How did I do that, man? 1E9, or any of the dimensions is greater than or equal to 10 to the 4th. Dang, I'm not about to type all that, man. Greater than 10 to the 4th. Wait, this Q4 is perfect for Simon? A chance at redemption? Oh, I already know then. It's probably like some digit DP. Oh, Jesus. Alright, let me hurry up and get to Q4 then, because that's what I really need. You can probably tell from reading the title, yeah. What am I doing here again? Oh, I'm trying to set the dimension to 10 to the 4th. That's 10,000. So if this is greater than equal to that, or width greater than equal to that, or height greater than equal to that. So that's if it's bulky. And then if the mass is heavy, so mass is greater than or equal to 100. So now they're telling us if it's both heavy and bulky, then it's both. If it's neither healthy nor bulky, then neither. Bulk D. So if it's neither that or, wait, how do you do that? And is that how you spell it? And then if it's bulky, then it's bulky. And then if it's heavy, then it's heavy. That's it, that's all. Should we do it? Send it. Uh-oh. I didn't type that there, man. Alright, is that font size okay? Uh-oh. Overflow. Hey, I thought this wasn't supposed to overflow if I did that, man. I guess, do I have to actually cast one of them? Or maybe it overflows anyways? No. I thought I could just hit them with like a 1LL right there. But I guess not, man. Anyways. Should I just jump straight to Q4, or should I see if I can do Q2, Q3? Sum of mutated array closest to target. Ooh, looks a little hard. Count of submatrices with all ones. Looks a little easy. Alright, I'll do Q3 first. Mayan Kawasti, what's happening? Welcome to the party. Alright, 1504, count submatrices with all ones. Given an m by n binary matrix, return the number of submatrices that have all ones. Uh-oh. Can I do this? I don't know if I know how to do this. So here is example 1. They say the answer is 13 because every submatrix, or every cell itself, is a submatrix. So that's at least 6. And then I think I can do this, man. If I go there and I go there, so if I look, all right, let me try and science it out. All right, so I'm thinking every time I see a 1, for sure, that's 1 to the answer. So if I'm here, that's 1. If I'm there, that's another 1. If I'm here, that's another 1. Yes, but it's also another 1 because there's a 1 above it, yeah? So maybe I'll say, and then if we're here, that's 1. I don't know. Let me think. Submatrices with all 1s. Man, the acceptance rate is so high, but is it tripping me out? Let me think. What do I have to do? Oh, maybe I made a mistake by changing this number to 2. Maybe that should have been a 1 still. And then when we're here, we see that 1. So then that can be make sure to do this in linear time with regards to the size of the matrix. I guess maybe it's easy because no constraints. I guess maybe a non-linear thing would pass here. Yeah, technically these LeetCode bounds, you can do anything, right? I was thinking of like a ON type solution or OMN solution. But I don't know how to do it. I think if it was count all. All right, let me try and, it's been a long time, man, since I've done. Let me zoom in and let me try and think about how I used to do this problem called biggest square with 1s in a matrix. I think I can do that one with DP. It's been a long time, but maybe I can modify how I solve that to be able to solve this one. If the constraints are small, you can go with brute force and count all combinations. Yeah, we're just talking about not doing it with brute force because it's not very beneficial for us to do it that way. So we're going to try and solve it in OMN time complexity. So if I started bottom left, find the biggest square, we'd move that. These would all be squares of 1s. And then here it's a square of 2 because we can make 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So that's 2 square, right? And then these size 1, and that would be a size 1 as well. So that's biggest square. But can we modify this to figure out something to get the answer of 13? So if I'm iterating from bottom right going left and up, I'll hit this, and that's 1. Hit this one, that's 2. I'll hit this one, and I should add +1 because of the cell itself, and then maybe I should add +1 more because it can make another square there below it. So perhaps now our answer is at 4. And then when we come here, what should we add? Should we add 1 for itself, right? Maybe 1 for the vertical direction, 1 for the horizontal direction, and maybe 1 more for like growing it that way. Is that right? So that means that would be +4 there. So this turns into 8 as we're here. And then this one would be 9. And then, so now we're here. We add +1 for the cell itself. And then it seems we should be able to add, I don't know, I think I'm missing one somewhere. Because I was thinking we could add the 1 itself, and we got 1, 2. Oh, I know the one I missed. I missed this one, looking right. All right, I think I can solve it. I'm just gonna do something. What am I doing? I don't know if I'll get to Q4 in time, but I will try. Hey, Liquid Surya, what's happening? Welcome. Okay, so I'm iterating. Actually, I want to make a DP thing. Like so. And then I will start from the bottom right. And I'm working my way to the top left. Nagasaki, what's happened? Welcome. I think you should wait. All right, let me read what you're saying. Normally I don't like to read things that might give me hints when I don't want hints, but I think it might be okay. I think you should create a function that counts the number of matrices in an array, then reverse the entire matrix to get the count of the horizontal ones. I don't know if that works. I don't know what you're saying. But welcome. Right now we're doing this LeetCode problem, but it's actually a Leet Room thing. There's an extension called Leet Rooms that you can download. It's only for Chrome. And then it will allow you to join the room and attempt the same problems that we're attempting right here. And it has a little scoreboard to see who solved what. All right, so what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to say, I don't know what I'm trying to say, man. LeetWhale already resolved everything. Yeah, LeetWhale is really good at LeetCode, man. So I'm looking. Maybe I can add a +1 here, and then I can start from there, and then I don't have to worry about any weird stuff. So I'll say the cell to the right is DP R C plus 1. The cell to the below is dp R plus 1 C, and the cell to the down right is dp R plus 1 C plus 1. And then what I'm trying to do here is if this is a 1, that's 1 in the answer. Let me think, man. So at 1, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, I can do this, man. Let's see, how do I do that? I have to take the minimum. Of everything, perhaps. And then the current cell. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see if this works. Feels a little janky, but there's a possibility it works. Oh, there's no possibility it works. Where am I from? I'm from Jamaica. Dang, 16? All right, let me do this one more time. Actually, let me just put in a little debugging statement, even though I shouldn't be relying on debugging statements like this, man. Wait, what'd I do? Dang, Leet Whale's too good for us. All right, 0, 1, 3, 5, 9, 10. Oh, I see. No. 10. How is that? How did I only add 2 there? I should have added 1 for this. I should have added 2 right there for that last one. Because I don't think do I add the down right like that? Something ain't right with my solution for sure. It's like how, all right, let me see where it breaks down, because I feel like This is 2, 2, right? This is 2, 1. I'm not even gonna make it to Q4, man. All right, 0, then 1, then 2. So far, so good. 2, yes. 5, right here, yes. Then 9, okay. 10, yes. And then this last one right here, man. Oh, I see. I see what's happening. It's so obvious. It's like right here. I see my bug. Only if this is true, then we add these, I think. There's more to it. My junk only works on example 1. Man, I'm not that great at algorithms these days. Maybe whatever I'm thinking is not going to be able to solve this problem. I should have checked with this example. So I'm guessing less than I should. So let me see where it breaks down. So I get 1 here, 2, 3. I should get, let me just print this out. All right, so we get 1, then we get 2. Look, this doesn't look right because I think I need more state here, man. Because this is a streak. All right, I think I gotta do multiple things here. So maybe I don't do this part, and this is just checking the squares, right? But then I gotta do something else to find out the other stuff. Do I have to do prefix sums or streaks from the left, streaks from the right, streaks from up, or streaks? Dang, how do I do this? Streaks from the right? All right, let me count this to see what we get without adding those things. I should get a lot less. Let's look at case 2. So I get 12, but I didn't add like, so this would be another one. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then we got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, I'm gonna try that. So I got all the square submatrices with this part. Now I'm going to go right to left, and then top to bottom or something. So let me do that. I guess it doesn't really matter. Left to right, right to left. So I guess we'll go through every row. And then I said right to left, but I'm going left to right, man. So what we're saying is if matrix RC is a 1, increment our streak. Otherwise, reset our streak. And then let's add streak -1. And then I got to do that for like vertical streaks too, right? I'll just copy and paste this. Is that gonna work? Let's find out, man. No, it's not gonna work at all. How did it get worse, man? That's crazy. Oh, because I got, that should be max. All right, now I'm getting more than I should. I don't know what to do now, man. I swear, this seems like it should have worked. But maybe I'm not getting something. I got 12, and I got 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Should I give up? Problem's too hard for me. Do I have a bug in my code, or is my logic just incorrect? That's what I'm not sure about, man. So it's adding the square submatrices. Yeah. This one is adding left to right. So streak is 0. Reset. Man, so many people got it right though. I guess if I just brute forced it. Alright, so 8 single ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got size 2. Oh, I wonder if I'm double counting, man. One, two. Let's see how the answer progresses. So 12, and then I add. So how do I go from 12 to 19? This is 3. Something ain't right, man. 12. All right, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, that looks okay. And then from I go 1. No, that's 0. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess 6 is right. So, dang, I don't know what to do, man. Something is being double counted for sure. Maybe I give up. Wait, you didn't do Q3? Anybody did Q3? How do you do this one? Have I ever solved this one? Alright, for each row, create an array nums where if it's equal to 0, the number of rectangles between column J and K. Man, this problem is too hard. I tried, and I don't really know what to do, so I'm gonna just read a solution here. Java stack. DP, huh? Dang, they're using some monotonic stuff. Alright, this problem is too hard for me then to solve it optimally. So basically you gotta do the histogram thing. Hey, I think we just did a problem like this recently, man, where somebody was telling me go like row by row with the heights. Anyways, 10 minutes left in this room. Can I get any of these problems? Let me try this Q2. I should try Q4, but definitely don't have enough time for a Q4 right now. Alright, sum of mutated array closest to target. Given an integer array and a target value, return the integer value such that when we change all the integers larger than value in the given array to be equal to value, the sum of the array gets as close as possible in absolute difference. Target. In case of a tie, return the minimum such integer. Note that the answer is not necessarily a number from array. Okay. Alright, so they give us these numbers, they give us a target. So the answer is 3. When using 3, array converts to 333, which sums to 9, and that's the optimal answer. I'm thinking binary search immediately, but I'm also thinking maybe it's something else. So let's see. I'm thinking of perhaps I have to get the whole sum of the array. Maybe I need some prefix sums. Sort the array. We can do a binary search to find all numbers that are greater than or equal to the number we replace them with to get like the new sum, and then do something with that, right? Man, my brain, I'm taking too many L's recently. So, all right, let's get some of this dang thing. There's our sum, and then they want to know the best sum that we can get. So if we try to say, all right, this whole sum is 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 4 is 16. So if we replaced everything with 3, we'd need to do Man, I think I can do this problem, but I don't know if I got the brain power anymore. I want to say it's a binary search, but I'm not too sure how to implement it yet. Let me look at some more examples. So example 2, 2, 3, 5. Wait, why is the answer 5? Like, why wouldn't this be... Alright, if we did 4, then it would be 9, right? 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9. But then say the answer is 5. Oh, the answer is 5 because at 5, it's exactly the target. Yes, that makes sense. So if we tried 4, we'd get 9. And we get a diff of like -1. Anyways, I'm gonna try something. So I have L as 0. Am I right? I don't know. Target. Those are the numbers I'm gonna be guessing. Man, I don't really know what I'm doing, actually. I think we can do binary search here. Actually, I don't actually know, man. So what I'm kind of confused about for me is like, how do I know when to go left or right in this binary search? Because it's absolute difference. So if we have, maybe, alright, maybe I don't keep the absolute difference, but I just keep it positive or negative. So if we're above 0, if the difference is positive, maybe we bring down the number that we guess, and then if it's negative, we bring it up. But I don't know how to solve, like, how to make sure it's gonna choose the best integer. Anyways, let me just keep trying something here. So maybe I'll make a function to return some diff. So if we took a guess, how do we calculate what the diff would be? The diff would be like, we gotta figure out all numbers. So I think we do need prefix sums here, man. Man, this problem seems hard. Have I solved this before? I don't think I have. Turn the integer value such that when we change all the integers larger than the value in the given array, the sum of the array gets as close as possible. Alright, how do I calculate this diff, man? I think think I need some prefix sums, but I'm not sure. Maybe I can sort, actually. So that I can look up the upper bound. Do I want the upper bound? The first number greater than or equal to our target. My search is right. Yeah, I hope so, man. Man, delete this. So this is my sum. Prefix sums, so I can get the sum of like whatever at some index. I'm gonna have crazy off by ones here. I plus 1 maybe. So that's the left sum, and then the right sum is like however many numbers this is. So maybe this should be a long. So what is our OG sum? I'll return the sum minus, let's see, so if diff is 0, for sure this is good, but maybe not, because this isn't necessarily the smallest, right? I don't know how to do this part. Maybe if diff is greater than 0, oh Jesus, too much brain juice being used today. So if our diff is greater than 0, maybe we should try smaller, right? Smaller number to guess. And if it's less than 0, maybe try a bigger number. And then how do I know what the best number is? Maybe I'll be like, if the diff if this diff is good, if that means if it's less, all right, if it's equal to the best, then we want the smaller number. If it's greater than, greater than, no, if it's less than, that means this is better. So I'm gonna try this, man. I don't think this is gonna work, but we gotta try. All right, line. So this is probably tripping because it's not right. But wait. I don't know what to do. Everything's too hard in this room. So I'm not even moving from 5. That's crazy talk because our diff is 0. Oh yeah, I guess so. So if our diff is 0, what, we should just return that? I guess if our diff is 0, we should try a smaller number. Yeah. Let me try that. It ain't right, man. So case 1, I'm saying the answer is 5, but it should be 3. So if we had 5 there, the dang thing is 14, yeah? So the diff is 4. So if the diff is 4, maybe maybe I'm returning this wrong. Maybe I should do this minus some. Maybe they're backwards. No, maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm doing, man. And I can't solve any problems tonight for some reason. So the diff here is 4, and then when we go here, the diff is bigger, but then we keep going smaller, man. We should be going bigger right here. Let me think. So if our diff is greater than 0, which it looks like it is right here, it says to try a smaller number. Which I think should be right. But then the small number is 2. This diff doesn't seem right, man. Because if I had everything at 2, then it should be 6, right? So why is that 10? So something ain't right in this calculation. So if I did a 2 there, I should have gotten this 2, and then Who knows? Left sum. I'm about to give up. Maybe I can't do algorithms on the weekends anymore, man, because my brain ain't on. Big time struggles, of course. All right, so look, binary search, upper bound. This is crazy talk. 0. Right sum. None of this is right, man. So I'm supposed to find 3 and 5. Or maybe I should just hit them with the lower bound, man. Alright, lower bound. So what? I0, yeah, that's a 2 right there. But then I say the left sum is 0, the right sum is 6. Yeah, that looks all right. That looks all right to me. So then that diff should be 4. No, because, yeah. Left sum, right sum. So that's 10 minus 6. Why is it returning something that doesn't look right? This is why I don't take the contests anymore, because I just can't do LeetCode like that, man. How's that 10? Left sum plus right sum. For sure that's 6. And then our sum here should be 2 plus 3 plus 5, yeah? Am I doing something strange? So this one is saying my sum is 16. Am I looking at it right? I'm looking at the wrong test case, man. I'm looking at example 2, but I'm expecting example 1 thing. So I'm just like, mentally, I don't know what's going on with me today. Alright, so now that we've established that I was looking at the wrong dang thing, let me try and figure out what the hell I'm doing, man. Alright, so we're saying we try 5, and we get this. Then we try 2, and we get an even So this should tell us, like, we need to go bigger, man. At 5, we only replaced the 9. Oh, maybe I have it mixed up, man, because maybe instead of, maybe if our diff is big, we should be swapping these around. I don't know. I'm about to give up though, because I feel like I've spent so long on this problem and I haven't made much progress. I'm just tripping myself out. Anyways. Oh, you know what? The diff, this is wrong. I need this to be target instead of the dang sum. Jesus Christ, man. I think I don't want to do algorithms if that was my problem. All right, it wasn't it. But I think that was a big contribution to like why everything wasn't working. But maybe I got something else wrong for sure. H4 Dev, what's happening, man? How you doing? I'm struggling tonight. I'm struggling real bad tonight, man. Like 25. So 25 doesn't even do anything, man. So maybe... maybe this target should just be the max. Alright, I think I had that problem a long time ago, man. I just had a bug and I didn't realize I had that bug until 30 minutes later. That's how it is sometimes, you know. Anyways, the contest. Oh, Brett is in the house. Man, Brett, let me look at this dang question that I couldn't solve. Oh geez, what am I looking at here? This is the n cubed. Oh, right here. Yeah, I couldn't solve this in like n squared. Submit that since it was easier, yeah. BetSimp told me I wasn't allowed to submit that solution. If you do 2D prefix sum, then you can brute force every submatrix. There's a nice solution with monostacks. Yeah, I think I saw that when I peeked at the solutions. I couldn't figure it out. But I think it's probably similar to that histogram one, which is a problem I've never been able to solve, man. And then I think Raxo was trying to tell me how to solve this a couple days ago, maybe a couple weeks ago, where like he was going, first he was like, I don't know if it was Raxo, maybe it was someone else. But first we have to like count the streaks and then we go row by row or something. I think mono stacks, mono queues, some of my weakest topics. But I don't know if I want to practice it. Anyways, what should we do? Should we do more problems? Mono stuff can be sneaky. Yeah, like I think maybe I should just grind mono stacks one of these days. Yeah, you do use a histogram thing. All right, dump it down. Let me see what this is. Oh, the same problem. So, total. So you're going. I guess this should work too, right? But I don't think you need to make these copies, man. Let me try and figure out exactly what you're doing here. You're making a copy of your array. I don't know. In my, yeah, I don't know why you're doing this copy thing. But in here I did something funky that maybe I don't even need to do. I was doing the prefix sums and I was doing binary search and math, but you're doing it in ON, like each check. So, but does it change the time complexity at all? I don't know. Anyways, man, I got stuck on that problem for so long because of some silly bugs. Your solution would be dominated by the sort, right? N log n. So, hey, Keck, what's happening? Welcome. So I hit them with the sort. This part is ON, but this is already N log n. Then this part is log n. And this part is also like a log n. But still, because this is N log n, it's still an N log n solution. I see. So all this optimization in here doesn't really affect the time complexity, but it is, I guess, a little bit more optimized in absolute terms. How's it going? It's not going too great, man. I'm doing real bad tonight on algorithms. Dang, I had this in here the whole time. Anyways, at least the age of algo is almost over. I don't know. I don't know if you can say almost. It's possible, but I don't think it's a sure thing, you know. Anyways, should I try this Q4, the digit DP? Or is it time to do something else? All right, let me see what the histogram thing would look like. Yeah, there you go. Monotonic right there. So, man, hey BetSimp, why do you type your thing so official here on LeetCode, man? Is it just because of habit? Like you code like this at work, so you make sure you hit all the proper things, or is this like, does this actually serve a purpose for you in LeetCode? Maybe it saves you from some things that you've gotten wrong submissions from. I don't want to accidentally mess up at work. I see. So you just LeetCode the same way you type stuff at work. Have people think I'm interviewing, right? All right, so it makes it a lot harder for me to read when you have the official stuff in there. But anyways, this is just a dang M and N, yes. Row. I guess that's the last row. I don't know what that is. Vector of 2's. Wait, official? What do you mean official? I already get messed up sometimes for missing that. Oh wait, when I say official, that I don't. Sometimes I say things I don't even know what I said, man. You can't listen to things I say. Oh, like it's official stuff. Yeah, official meaning you do that stuff in production code in C++. Like you make sure you hit all these things ready. At least in the style guides for your company, it might be different. But for LeetCode, like usually people don't really care about using const or things like that. Static cast. No way I do that on LeetCode, right? On LeetCode, I just cast it. Who cares? But in production code, like you gotta put the right const stuff or all that other things. But anyways, I don't fully understand the solution. I just know monotonic somehow right here. But it looks relatively straightforward to code. It's just maybe you just need this histogram observation. But I haven't done the histogram problem, so I don't think I'll make too much sense of it just by browsing or just glancing. Anyways, I think I will try to do your Q4 here. Count special integers, even though time is up, but who cares about the time, man? I need this practice. Count special integers. We call a positive integer special if all of its digits are distinct. Given a positive integer n, return the number of special integers that belong to the interval 1 through n. How am I supposed to do this one, man? All right. Digit DP, yes, but how do I keep track of whether or not I've used a digit before? Does that mean I have to copy over those booleans? Like 10 booleans each time? Or if it's 10 booleans, I guess each digit can represent something. So do I pass a bit mask here? Could I use like bit mask to represent each digit and pass that as a state that we can cache on? I'm not sure. That would be relatively cheap. And we'd only need a number 2 to the 10. Maybe 2 to the 11 for good luck. So that's like 2,000. All right, let me science it out. So digit DP, how many states do we have? Let's say we have 2,000 for the integer that we'll use to do the bit mask. Then we have however long, so this one is up to 2 billion, 9 zeros in a billion plus 1, so that's 10 digits for I. Then we got the Boolean, like, is equal, maybe another one for like trailing or leading zeros. And then anything else is max, leading zeros. And that's it. All right, I think that's how we can pass it, man. So I'm gonna attempt this digit DP using 2,000 something for bit masking, and then caching all that. Here we go, man. This might take me the whole time up onto the contest to solve this problem, but I believe it's good practice for me. Oh, Sand Castle Kid, what's happened? I don't know when you sent this message, but I'm reading it now. Have you monetized your website app or managed to make any money off your code? No. I haven't made any money off my website's apps, but I guess you could say I've made money from my code, from LeetCoding. I was able to get a job only because of LeetCode. All right, here we go. So digit DP, we're gonna try and implement it. Practice makes perfect, they say. First things though, I have to turn the number into digits. Digits pushback and mod 10 divided by 10. The static casts are just because dot size returns a size t, and unsigned ints have a lot of footgun properties. Right. Wait, did you put LeetCode on the application? No, but I got an interview. I didn't apply. I got an interview because I did a competitive programming contest, which I only did because I was LeetCoding at the time. For example, commonly when you want to iterate over an array in reverse, you'll do something like that. Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, that, I mean, you know, Eric told me about this. I don't really, but pretty much if the size is 0, it underflows and it becomes a problem. That's why I guess I always put my thing like this. But this is like an implicit cast, I guess, because I don't actually specify the cast, but it's more or less the same thing, I think. I don't know. I guess in production stuff, you want to always call the static cast, though. I see. Okay, so you're like, I'm a code competitor, hire me. I'm the fastest coder in the Bay Area, hire me. Something like that. I got lucky, man. But that was my entry into big tech through competitive programming. Even though I wasn't very competitive, man, I just got super lucky. Are you on Ericto's Discord? I am, but I don't really participate, man. Are you? Anything going on recently? I've heard he's not very easy to get a hold of, man. I dare you apply to another job now and see it's a war zone. I haven't really tried to apply to another job really, but times are different for me, man. Back then, for sure, nobody would have cared about me because I never had any target companies or target schools on my resume. So I'd probably nowadays, since I have Google on my resume, I think I might at least get like one call back, you know. Wait, you can do virtual rated contests I found recently. It's handy if contests aren't your time. That's crazy. What do you mean virtual rated contests? Like in LeetCode? Physical jobs are easier if location is good, but remote is throw a bunch into a hat and see what pops out. Yeah, I'm not interested in trying to find a job right now, so I don't really want to waste my time like applying for jobs, you know. I have the Pentagon on my resume and nobody ever asked anything about it. Mind blowing. Thought it would be a big swing. Wait, on Airtel service, a Discord bot. It's only that I see what you're talking about. Nobody cares at all. I don't know. Maybe they don't care about Pentagon work, but from my experience, from my coworkers at least, I think people still care about like certain tech companies. I got Jeffrey's contact with me. Who's Jeffrey? Put on my resume, they put me in jail. What's Jeffrey? Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't know, BetSimp, what Dumpy Don's talking about. Now it's open, I write that. Was ages ago. Hey, maybe that's why, because it's ages ago. Nobody cares what you did like 10 years ago, yeah? Anyways, I always get asked obscure ass shit like, oh wow, you worked mobile games. Oh, you worked on mobile games? What kind of games, man? I've never really worked on any of that stuff. Alright. Digit DP, huh? Alright, so for sure we need the index. We're gonna need the boolean equal to the max. I don't know, equal max. We're gonna need the trailing zeros. So scene non-zero. And which other thing do we need here? Two booleans. What is this? That's the digit. Oh, and then we need our number, our mask. So if we go out of bounds, I guess we just return 1. Unless we've seen a non-zero. So we're just seeing non-zero maybe. You played Wordscapes before? Wordscapes. Never heard of it. Is it like Words with Friends? Yeah, never heard of Wordscapes, but it's bumping. Top 100. I don't really play many games on my phone, man. Alright, here we go. So what are we doing? We're visiting a number. Oh, I need my DP thing here. Start at 0 is equal to max. I guess that's true. See non-zero, false. Yeah. Worked on this, but it's so simple you can code it with your feet. All right, so Jesus, I gotta really think about digit DP every time I do it. So if we're equal to the maximum, what's the max that we go to? So if we're equal to the max, then the maximum we go to is digits I. Otherwise, it's just gonna be 9. And then we go from 0, yeah. And now we check every digit, but we gotta make sure we haven't seen that. So if, how do you do the mask, man? It's like if, mask or 1 shifted x times, maybe. Should I put an or? It should be an and, because I want to zero out everything else except that particular bit. So if that's true, then this is not good and we should just continue. Can't even process this question if they were. Wait, what do you mean? Let me read it one more time for you. We call a positive integer special if all of its digits are distinct. That's it. Given the positive integer n, return the number of special integers that belong to the interval 1 through n. All right, the question is, how many numbers from 1 to n, how many of those numbers are made up of digits that only appear, like every digit in the number only appears once? That's what the question is asking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those are all special numbers because they only contain numbers that appear once. 11 is not a special number because it has 2 1s in there. That's what the answer, or that's what the question is asking. I think that's how it is phrased, man. Or maybe you just get used to these types of lingo and stuff after you do algorithms for a bit. But I'd say this question is pretty straightforward written. All right, so I'm trying to say if we've already used this number, we should continue. But if we haven't used it, we have to set that bit. So let me make a new mask. And then how do you set that bit on the new mask? I guess we OR it by that, whatever that bit is. New mask, mark mask. So we also need new this. All right, so new equal max would be, I guess, if what am I saying, man? All right, if x is not equal to the maximum, then this is false. And I think that should do it. That should do it for that value. The new non-zero. Let's see. If x is not equal to 0, then this is true. Yeah, and then now I guess we just say I plus 1 to go to the next digit. New equal max, new non-zero, new mask. New equal max, new non-seen, non-zero, and then new mask. Yes. That's what we're gonna do. We haven't cached it yet. Let me see if it's even correct first before we do all that. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot to send the mask. I guess the mask can be 0 initially. Yeah. Let's specify the return type here. Incorrect. 0. Come on, man. How are we gonna get 0 here? So let's try and figure out what the hell is going on. What the heck is going on, man? Seen the mask. So, oh, the mask should be zeroed out. Oh, I don't think this is right. Maybe this should be an XOR. No. Maybe it should just be... Yeah. Hold on. It's been a while since I've done a bit mask, man. But is that right? X equals 0. Equal max is true. Digits I. Something ain't right. Did I even call the dang thing? So I'm calling it, but it's not going in there? What are they talking about, man? It's crazy talk. So I only hit the 0. And this never does anything else, huh? Hey, what is actually happening? Come on, man. All right, here we go. Wrong answer for 135. I'm not guessing all of them. So, all right, these ones work, but this one doesn't work. I'm guessing, let me see. Some of these integers that are not special. 22, 14, 131. Missing a bunch of them. Where am I messing up? I wonder if it's something to do with my trailing zeros. I don't want to get 92. Man, I hope this doesn't take me like 5 hours to debug. So we try a digit. It's equal. Initially, it's equal to the max. So we only go up to 1 initially. Right? So try 0. It's a somewhat insidious bug. What does that mean? It means I can't find it. You know, I'm not very well read, so I gotta. It's a little bit embarrassing. Okay. But I gotta check sometimes. I'm not missing anything obvious. Alright. Let me try and figure out some things here. How would I discover what I'm missing? Maybe... I know I'm not getting enough numbers, so... It must be... I really feel it's something with the zeros. Maybe I only do this mask thing when it's like non-zeros. So I don't modify this unless... But will that even do anything? The new mask 1 with the 0 there. Yeah. So I'm going to say that, yeah, only, jeez. Should I say C non-zero? I'm gonna bring this down. And, no, shit. I'm gonna bring this down. But then I only want to change this new mask. If that's true, maybe. Let me see if that changes. Look at that, BetSimp. What do you know about that? Now, now I gotta cache it. All right, let me see if I can cache this. So, our mask and all that other stuff. It was obvious. No, it wasn't obvious for me, man. But that was the only funky thing that I thought. So you said, all right, BetSimp, you said for digit DP problems, you just use C-style arrays. I don't know. I don't even know the syntax for C-style arrays. But I want to try. So it's just like int. Something like that, right? What do I put the numbers in here? Like this one would be digits. Can I even do that? I don't even know how to set them all. Nah. How do you even set them all to like -1? C style array in C++. Is it embarrassing that I have to look up how to do this stuff, man? Some people might say so. How to set, is it memset? Oops, I just closed something. Where the heck is my thing at, man? Special integers, right here. I use fill. Wait, I don't know. Man, I don't know anything. So wait, how was the syntax? So it's like this. I mean, sometimes we still have to look up words, never mind code. All right, so if I do my cache like this, then you do cache, what, dot? How do you fill? Okay, easy to remember that, man. That's a lot nicer to type than all those dang nested vectors for sure. Wait, no, you can't? Hold up. Cache doesn't have a beginning or an end? Oh, I see. So how do you fill this then? Or memset this or whatever. I don't know. What's the syntax? Oh, Jesus Christ, man. We can't be doing that, man. Hold up. Let me see if memset is easier to remember all that stuff. Size of, all right. I ain't gonna remember all that, man. So let me try this memset thing instead. That's a lot easier to remember. Wait, memset is just bad if you want to fill it with things that aren't ints. For example, ooh, long longs. I couldn't do something like that. Or if it was like, I don't know. But I'll try and remember that. Memset's bad for those scenarios. But in the meantime, I'll try to do it like this. So if, let me see if we can build our cache properly. Uh-oh. What are they trying to tell me right here, man? Oh, size +1. Easy work. Look at that, man. It's crazy. Digit DP plus bit mask. I'm feeling like I'm getting the hang of digit DP. Thank you very much to BetSim for teaching me digit DP not once, but 2 times throughout the years, man. Very good technique. A lot easier than it seems. It looks complicated and all, but I feel like digit DP is quite simple once you get the hang of it. Sam, when am I teaching you seg trees the second time so you start using it? Yeah, don't defense. You're right. Like, I should have been using seg trees. I have like a problem with, I think I have a mental block. Like, seg trees shouldn't be that difficult for me to do since I think I'm at the level where I should understand them. But I just always skip problems that require segment trees. I just don't even want to learn anymore, man. Maybe I'm getting too old. My brain is not as nimble as it once was. So I'm just lazy or something. But I feel if I put my focus into like segment trees, rolling hash, maybe some union find stuff, I think that will like give me the biggest gains for my algorithms journey. But I don't know. I suppose I don't really feel too competitive these days. I'm just like doing it for fun or something. Neural elasticity? What? Yeah, my neural elasticity is very low currently. All right, what should we do? Wait, one thing you could have done here is not use non-zero because you can deduce that from the mask. Ooh. What a crazy insight. So we could tighten up our states just a little bit by eliminating that boolean, since there's redundant information in there, since the first position of the mask is basically if no, kinda, yeah. Maybe by eliminating it, you would have continued to use vectors. Okay, so it's like you learn something new every time, no matter which way. Because if I had eliminated that, maybe I wouldn't have learned these memset stuff. But I keep it in and I learn it. Alright, I don't think I'm going to do any more problems for tonight. The contest starts in... dang, hold up. Contest starts in an hour. Daylight savings, I forgot, man. But I was ready to leave soon, man. I wasn't ready to go stream this long. Wait, K Little Pixel, what's happening? Y'all always completely lose me. I don't know C++ and some of the syntax is weird. I don't know if the syntax is losing you or if the algorithms that we're doing, because syntax doesn't look too bad, but I guess I read C++, so of course it looks normal. My C++ I think is readable. If I try and read somebody else's C++, like BetSimp C++, who knows what that thing is saying, man. Yeah, there's some C++ that I have no idea what the hell it's saying. There's a lot of C++ where I feel like that. I only can read like the simple stuff. It takes a lot of effort for me to read something that's like more complicated than a LeetCode problem. Especially if it's like some long ass line C++ where every line is like 1,000 characters and each line is like actually represented on 5 different lines because of the word wrap. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's hard to like, it looks so crazy because it's hard to follow. I don't know. I struggled with this when I was at work before. It takes a lot of focus to like know what the hell they're talking about. Super Vaca Monk, what's happened? Have you fried Python for LeetCode? If so, have you tried Python? Why do you prefer C++? I prefer C++ because I don't know Python. But I guess when I was starting out LeetCode, I chose C++ over all the other languages because I wanted to work in C++. I wanted to learn C++. That's why I chose it. And I wanted to be on a C++ team. That's why I train LeetCode in C++. And that's why I interview in C++. So, so when teams that are interviewing see that I've done everything in C++, maybe it just gives me a slight edge over somebody who didn't. My day job is C++, but I only LeetCode in Python. I haven't tried C++ extensively in LeetCode. C++ is great for LeetCode, man. It has such a powerful standard library, like catered to these algorithms. There's so many tools that you can use that will make your life easy. And I'm trying to think of something specific right now, but I don't know things in C++. All right, let me try and think. I guess upper bound, lower bound, you have that in Python. Bisect left, bisect right. I don't know. I guess, like, I don't know any advantage in C++. I don't think there's any major advantage, man. It's just whatever you know best. No place I've worked at has used C++, so I've only gotten exposure here, really. Yeah, I guess C++, maybe not every company does it. But like doing LeetCode in C++ doesn't really teach you C++. It only teaches you like the syntax and the standard library. It doesn't teach you anything about pointers or like memory or ownership or any of those other things that matter in C++ in real life. I suppose it makes it transition to Codeforces, etc. easier. Yeah, if he wants to move on from LeetCode into like more real competitive programming, I think it does allow you to do that. Anyways, I thought that the contest was gonna be starting real soon, but no, we got like an hour. How long do you think would take for me to get comfortable doing LeetCode in C++ if I start? Man, I think in a few weeks it'll be comfortable with LeetCode. Because it's literally just some syntax, man. And then the data structures, maybe you need to know like vectors, priority queues, unordered set, ordered sets, unordered maps, regular map, stacks queues. Like it's not that much. Lower bound, upper bound, which I don't even use that much in C. I use like accumulates. I think you'll get the hang of it real fast. Maybe the only thing is like the pointers thing. So like this iterator or iterators or pointers or whatever, and then like the begin.end thing. Maybe it's kind of weird coming from another language. The overflows are real. There's a lot of growing pains. Yeah, you'll learn them. But that's why I think, that's why I like C++ too, because you can make so many mistakes. And I think if you roll up into an interview and he's like, you know what, man, I want to do C++, it's kind of like saying you're so hardcore that you know that there's a higher chance to mess up, but you're okay with that because you're such a G, you're a mega Chad, and you don't care, man. So I think it gives off a little bit of a aura if you do C++ and you're able to do it somewhat well, you know, in an interview. You get to show off a little bit of your technical chops, or you get to call out things like overflows or, you know, stuff like, why are you doing this? Or, oh, you know, in C++, this is what's going on, so I'm using that. Or whatever. It gives you a chance to nerd out a little bit more. But I suppose you could nerd out in other languages if you know them as well. It all comes down to personal preference, I think. Anyways, one more hour? Should I stream for one more hour, man? I guess I will. Should I do a virtual? Let me see which virtual I did last. Maybe 470. So maybe I do 469. Oh, I already did it. Should I do 166? Dang, I think I've caught up, man. I think I've caught up to most of the contests that I've done. What's the Code War stuff y'all were talking about the other night? Oh, Clash of Code. Or some people like the acronym COC. I don't really like that acronym. Clash, what is it, coding game? or something. Should we do a coding game? Hey, I don't even know. I don't wanna log in on stream. No, yeah, don't be done. I'm with you. Let's not do coding game, man. No, I have an account, man. I just don't want to log into it on stream because it might be my real email address, you know. I don't remember. All right, I want to do a virtual contest, but I don't know which ones to take. I'll do 166. No, let me double check. 166. I wish it would tell me if I've done it, man, you know? Doesn't really tell me. Look, I've already done 166. 168. Alright, so maybe I try 167. Do weekly 493. I already did that last week. It was quite hard for me. This is Microsoft tech support. What you talking about, man? Hey, which one did I say I was gonna do? I forget. I just had it. 467. That's what I'm gonna do. This one. I don't think I've done this one. Here we go. Virtual contest. 4 questions. If you guys want to do it with me, there's the link. Q1, earliest time to finish one task. You're given a 2D integer array tasks where tasks I is st. Each st in tasks represents a task with start time s that takes t units of time to finish. Return the earliest time at which one task is finished. What? S and T, start time. So basically, I just gotta add the numbers. So I'm iterating through all the tasks, and I'm gonna say the end time is just that. That's what they're trying to ask. 5, don't defense, type racer. All right, let me submit Q1, too easy, and then type racer. This might literally be the last type racer that we do, man. Well, today might be the last. How come it doesn't show on your profile? You said that last time. Yeah, I said that last time because it was true. It might be. Doesn't mean that it will be. I didn't say it is for sure. Anyways, this might be the last time we type race here forever. From now until 2 years from now, it might be the last. Yeah. That's why I said it. Here we go. First race is the warm-up. Second race, championship round. You guys ready? I'm ready. Dang. 95 for don't defense. Just the warm-up. Just a little warm-up, man. 74 for Clistar. I was walking on a treadmill. I'll stop for the real race. All I'm hearing is excuses, man. Here we go. Real race. Don't defense. Stop that treadmill. And let's race. Here we go. Jesus Christ. I don't want to type all this, man. What the fuck? Alright, let's just get it over with. What's the point of typing when we have AI now? I don't know, man. What's the point of everything with AI now? Way too long, man. 99. That's crazy to keep that speed for so long. This is I've seen these cars go. Yeah, it was a hard passage and it was so long. I mean, I missed 100 by a bit, but still pretty impressive considering how long and hard the text was. Yeah. H3 Dev. He taking out for the night. See you, man. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night. I know it's pretty late over there. Stephen LF. Yeah, super long text, man. Jeez. I think this text is worse than all of my texts. Easily worse. I mean, it was alright, but it wasn't. I don't know. Typewriter sucks. That's all I know. Hey, Liquid Surya. Take care. Got me sweating. Yeah, Bobo Bebo. That my fingers hurt. Hey, I was doing the dang virtual contest, right? So, where were we? 1, 2, 3. Dang, we got 2 easies on this one. Q2, maximize sum of at most k distinct elements. You are given a positive integer array nums and an integer k. Choose at most k elements from nums so that their sum is maximized. However, the chosen numbers must be distinct. Return an array containing the chosen numbers in strictly descending order. Oh, you're using a Mac today? I've been on a Mac for about 5 weeks now. John, what's happened? My graphics card on my PC died, so now I have a Mac. And I don't know what to do with my PC now. It's just gonna be a spare parts, I guess. Alright, what's this problem asking? They're asking choose at most k elements so that their sum is maximized. So what I'm thinking is to just sort the dang thing. Or maybe make them into a set. And then maybe I should just make it into an ordered set, man. And then just take like the first K, right? How do I do that? How do I iterate through things in a set? I don't know. How those little tomato and cucumber plants doing? They're still alive, man. They're growing too big. There's the cucumbers got so many flowers on them. I don't know how fast they're gonna grow, or if we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What am I trying to do? So kind of just iterate through a set like that. This is kind of weird, but I'll do it like this anyways. Alright, so they say I should get this for my first answer. Yes. This for my second answer. Yes. And then 2-1 for my... Ooh. Wait, so I guess this K is like at most. Alright, should I submit this? Easy Q2, Q3. Should I do it from here or there? Alright, subsequent sum after capping elements. You are given an integer array nums of size n and a positive integer k. An array capped by value x is obtained by replacing every element nums I with the minimum of nums I or x. For each integer x from 1 to n, determine whether it is possible to choose a subsequence from the array capped by x such that the sum of the chosen elements is exactly k. Return a zero index Boolean array answer of size n where answer I is true if it is possible when using x equal I plus 1 and false otherwise. I don't know what they're talking about. So what is k? What the heck is k, man? Positive integer k. Oh, such that chosen elements is exactly k. For each integer x from 1 to n, determine whether it is possible. Man, I don't understand what the hell this problem is asking. Let me look at example 1. So they give us 4, 3, 2, 4, k is 5. And so for x equal 1, I see what they're saying. Size n. So I said for each x from 1 to n is the size of the array. Determine whether it's possible to choose a subsequence from the array capped by x. All right. So for 1, it's not possible. 2, not possible. Man, how can we do this? 3, Capped at 3, 3, 3, 2. Yes, it is possible. I gotta pee. Be right back. All right. What am I doing? This problem. Capping the stuff, and then subsequence equal to k. All right. Is this a take it or leave it? So k is 4,000. N is 4,000. I'm not sure. Dang, this problem looks a little hard. Alright. I'm thinking take it or leave it, but I don't think that's gonna be fast enough. Since we had to go from 1 to n. The numbers are up to n. So I wonder if maybe I can take a frequency map, if that will help. Then we know what numbers. So if 1 is the first thing, that means we capped at 1. I don't know. I don't know if I can solve this one. Should I peek at the next one just before? Dang, more people solve this one than the other one. So maybe this one I should try Q4 before Q3. Let me think. So number of stable subsequences. You are given an integer array nums. A subsequence is stable if it does not contain 3 consecutive elements with the same parity when the subsequence is read in order. That is consecutive inside the subsequence. Return the number of stable subsequences. Since the answer may be too large, return it mod prime number. So every number by itself is good. Contain 3 consecutive elements with the same parity. Okay. Take it or leave it. And then we need the previous 3. But it's 10 to the 5th. The previous 3 parities. Alright, I'm thinking. Alright, so we need how many? So I'm thinking take it or leave it. Plus, so what will our states be? I for the index. We need a Boolean for the parity. Previous parity. Previous 2 parities, I think. Alright, I'm gonna try. So I think I can solve this, but we'll see. So we need an I for the index. I'm thinking we need previous is odd. And previous is odd. So I think with these states we should be good. And I'm just taking it or leaving it. So if we've gotten to the end, we'll just return 1. And then we have 2 choices, take it or leave it. And how do we know we can take it? I guess if maybe I should take the current thing. So is odd. How do you know if something is odd? If the current number mod 2 equals 1, that means it's odd. So we can take it if is odd Wait, how do I know if we can take it? Maybe I'll add them together. Is odd plus previous is odd plus previous is odd. So if I add them together and I get 3, that's bad. We can't take it. So if all is less than 3, we can take it, man. And if we can take it, then we increment our index to the next number. Our current odd becomes our previous odd. And our previous odd becomes our previous is odd. And then if we left it, then all we got to do is skip I plus 1, and then everything else is the same. Previous is odd, and previous is odd. Wait, should these be booleans though? Or should I have them as integers? Because but then now my all thing might be messed up. So I'll have them either set or not set. Yeah, so this should be okay still. I'll use 0 as a not set state initially. Alright, and then we just return both of them added. But we need that mod, right? I0, 0, 0. And then we need to cache it. But first, I'll just check if our solution is right. 7, ooh, ain't right. And 16, something ain't right, man. What the heck could it be? How am I gonna get 7 there? Oh, maybe in the case where we don't even select any numbers. So maybe I have to be like, let's see. All right, so 6, that is Q or example 1. Oh no, 6, right? Example 2 is supposed to be 14, but my thing ain't working correctly. How the heck did I do this wrong? Oh, you know why? Because 0 is false. And this should be -1. Instead of 0. My bad. So on true would be 1 and false would be 0 and unset would be -1. So I get 15, but still off by 1. Let me think. What else did I do wrong here? So if it's negative, then we can take it. Evan MMO, thank you very much for the raid. What's happening? Hello everybody. Doing some LeetCode. Are you related to Coffee Lava? I don't know who that is. Sick hair, bro. Thank you very much, Evan MMO. What's poppin', man? You guys like LeetCode? What y'all doing? MMO? You making an MMO game or what? Who is Coffee Java? Should I be related to them? Black Magic, thank you very much for the follow. Coffee Lava. I said Java. Who knows? I don't know who this person is. Alright, I'm trying to do some LeetCode. He loves Java or lava, yeah? Why am I standing? Who's standing? I'm not standing. Now I'm standing. I'm sitting. How's the Type Blazer going? Type Blazer is going very well, man. Bone Dogs, what's up? So I've been working, when I'm not LeetCoding, I'm working on this thing called Type Blazer. It's just a little multiplayer typing site, daily challenge, every hour on the hour championship race, but you gotta be registered to do that. We got some little funky avatars that type when you type, like this. And I don't feel like typing at all. But we also have our private leagues that I'm still working on, but I think it's almost functional, where you start a race in the private league and it keeps track of everyone who's raced. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you've done Advent of Code, kind of like those private leaderboards in Advent of Code. Well, anyways, there's a LeetCode contest tonight that I'm not gonna take because I'm scared. But the contest starts in 40 minutes. So if you're interested in algorithms, I'd say the LeetCode contest is a great way to practice. Right now, I'm doing an old contest for some practice. And I don't know. So, what were you guys up to, man? Are you making games? Are you doing LeetCode? vibe coding or what? All right, so say the answer is 14 here, but I'm getting 15. So that means I'm getting 242 or something. Oh, I know why. Because they could all be even as well. This check is incorrect. I see why. So how do we know if we can take it? So if it's less than 3 or not equal to 0. I think if it's equal to 0, that means they're all false or even. And if it's less than, oh, maybe it should be and not equal to 0. Let me try that. 7, no. Maybe there is, okay, maybe this part isn't a great check. I'm gonna do is odd not equal to P. Wait. I think I just have to do it like this. Six and 15, still not getting the correct thing. But I think my bug has something to do right here. The new updates look good. Evans got his MMO he's working on. Good luck on the LeetCode practice. Bones Dog, thank you so much, man. Maybe Evan is tired. I do that all the time. You raid, and then after you stream for like 3 hours, you just want to get on with your day. Go eat some food and chill. All right. So if they're not equal, maybe that's the only check we need. $14. Man, something ain't right here. -1, -1. So if they're equal, this is equal. All right, I'm gonna do something. Wait, 14 is what I want. Hey, Elite Whale, thank you. I don't know what I'm smoking out here, Elite Whale. Sometimes my brain just ain't working. So this is what I want, man. All right, so let me cash it now. Jesus Christ, come on, bro. Vector, vector, vector. Int. And this is my cash. Size n+1 for good luck. Vector, vector, int. This one is of size 3. Vector, int. And then this one is of size 3 as well. I'll set the default value to -1, and then I'll check in the cache. Bobo Bebow, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Take a hit, then take a sip. I haven't taken a hit on stream yet, man. Gotta roll now. I would like to see what you roll, man. You gotta take a picture. All right, what we're trying to do, we're trying to check our cache. So if the cache is odd. I'm a +1 because we set the initial value to -1, so I just pad it by 1 so that it doesn't have some weird negative index. So if this is not equal to -1, that means we've seen this before, and then we can just return the cached value. Otherwise, we do this. PP is odd. That's a nice variable name. Peer pressure and all that reminds me of How High. What a gem. Yeah. I watched How High a long time ago. Maybe I should watch it again. It's been, dang. How many times I'm gonna, oh, I guess I copied and pasted it, so yeah. 6:14, send it. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get like an overflow or something. I'm so happy. Easy clap. Yeah, thank you very much, Leet Whale. I think you saved me from going on a wild goose hunt. You got all 4? No way, Brett. I skipped to Q4. I'm about to do Q3 now. I couldn't get Q3. I don't know what to do here, man. I like Q3, dang. So maybe it's a good problem for me to spend the rest of my brain juice on. I rewatched it and it was funnier, or I was more stoned, either or. Hey, sometimes when I watch old comedy movies, they're not as funny as I remembered. Maybe either my sense of humor changes as I get older, or maybe things just weren't funny as funny. Anyways, I think Q3's in your blind spot. What does that mean? It's too hard for me to do? Like it has some observation that I don't really know about. Oh no. Bottom up DP. This is a alright, I can do some bottom up DP, but it's not usual for me. Only certain problems I can do it like that. I think DP, like n squared LIS, longest increasing subsequence, I can do that bottom up. But this one, yeah, I wouldn't even, I would prefer you work on an easier bottom up DP. This one has a trick too. Alright, so maybe this one is, I'm not ready for it. And I felt like I wasn't ready for it when I read the problem. Because first, these constraints seemed a bit weird for me. I think I could solve it with take it or leave it type DP, but then I think it would be too slow if I coded that up. Absolutely too slow, because nums and k alone would make it, just like one pass would make it time out. So that's why I didn't even try. So alright, maybe I call it here for this contest. Wait, one pass you'd be fine? I don't know. 4,000, because it would have 4,000 times 4,000 in our states, right? And yeah, 4,000 squared. I feel like 60 minutes should be okay. Dang, it might be like super borderline though. Wait, what? Maybe I'm not too good at this. What is an okay amount of operations usually? Like 50 million, 16 million, 20 million? Because I think, I don't know. Good question, since I think LeetCode has been messing with times recently. Yeah, I think usually I underestimate, or I don't know what the right word is. Do I underestimate the time complexity that would pass, or how many operations would pass? Tens of millions is fine. Yeah, usually I stick to under tens of millions is when I think it's okay. But maybe I'm like too conservative. Alright, well, I'm going to take your advice on this one, Brett. This one's too hard for me. Even looking down here, I don't think this is a good signal for me. I've had 100 million pass on Codeforce's problems. Dang, 100 million. But I suppose all operations aren't necessarily the same. 10 million is chill. Alright. They're more precise with the timing, it feels. Okay. Should I end stream? Should I go relax for the rest of the evening? I gotta do some cleaning, man. I have some great news to tell everybody. Wait, should I even... Nah, it's fine. It's just... It's nothing. Tell us? Nah, it's not even any news. Smoke sesh? Nah, I mean, yeah. Every day, but that's not the news. Getting even more plants? No. The most annoying thing you do, because I don't want to tell y'all, man. Sometimes I talk too much. Yeah, because I think about it after. I'm like, wait, should I have said that? Like, no. Sometimes I forget I'm streaming and I'm not just talking to my friends, you know? Anyways. Well, you guys know I'm living in a new location that I have not said where I live. But my wife and my stepdaughter, they've made their first friends here in this new city. And tomorrow, these new friends are coming over. So I gotta clean up the damn house, man. That's what it's like. That's why I don't even know if I should tell y'all that, because it has nothing to do with algorithms, you know. Hey, BetSimp, what's happening? Do they know you do algorithms? They don't. I don't really know who they are. I haven't met them. I'll go for cleaning. Nah, they might. Well, I've heard one of them is a programmer. Like, the father is a programmer, but he's not coming over tomorrow. Maybe he watches this stream. Maybe no. He's like, oh shit, I'm going over somewhere tomorrow. Is it? Are you gonna get them hooked on LeetCode, right? Nah. Come on now. So it's like a big day, man. First friends in this new city. Hooked on Typeblazer, maybe. So that's what I'm gonna do after I end stream. I'm gonna go clean up a little bit the kitchen. Gotta hide all my weed. I don't want these new people coming into the house and seeing like stuff. Anyways, man, I don't have any weed plants, BetSimp. We don't have to have news? Wait, what are you talking about, news? They're not coming? News? I don't have to. All your rolling papers? No. Well, we don't have to hide that stuff. What? Wait, can you tell us a bit more on the stepdaughter? I'm sure there's a lot of nice guys out there. Negative IQ viewer, what are you talking about, man? Anyways, we don't have to hide that stuff. Alright, should we do a bomb game and then I leave? The best game on the internet. Drop a bomb. Yeah, we're about to drop the bomb, man. have to hide that marijuana stuff. But I think it's still good to hide it. I mean, I don't hide it when my grandma comes around, but she doesn't really snoop around that much. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, get in here if you want to play the bomb game. And you gotta click join. Sometimes I forget to click join. Here we go. Starting. Grandma's probably taking a cheeky pull. Nah, I doubt that. But you never know, man. Sometimes I wonder if my mom smokes weed, or if she smoked weed back in the days. I don't think she did, though. Nah, she must have. She must have done it at least once, right? Anyways. Road. Dang, random. Got. GGI. It's a tough one. New keyboard sucks? Wait, Brett, you got a new keyboard? What kind of keyboard? Oh, that's you? Random? You gotta return that keyboard, man. Ritter? What kind of word is that? Man, my vocabulary is so bad. I think it's one of my biggest weaknesses is how little I read and how small my vocabulary is. Term one I had sitting around. Wait, so your old keyboard broke, Brett? Maybe it's time to buy a nice one. Easy. IZI. Man, how do you have so much time, don't defense? It's crazy that the bomb hasn't blown up on you yet. Is it like as long as you keep typing, you get tries? That was nuts, man. That was crazy. I'm still trying to think. IZI. RH. Oh, it's coming to me, man. Oh, I got an easy one. So as long as I just type nonsense, like nothing will. Oh, geez. Guess that didn't work. Oh, that was too hard. ULA. Ula. Oh, Jesus. Mula. I don't know what words, man. Jesus Christ. Ula. None of these are words, man. Oh, these are 5-letter words. Oh, there's a lot of them. Anyways, let's see. Leet Whale, really good at this game. But can he beat Little Pixel? Who knows? Little Pixel, congratulations. Alright. That's it. That's all. I gotta go clean up, man. So thank you very much. Good luck on the contest if you're taking the contest. Bobo B Bao, thank you very much for that hydrate. Cheers. Alright. Who is streaming LeetCode? Anybody? Who wants to get raided, man? Nobody's streaming LeetCode. That's crazy talk. This guy's... Oh, he's talking too. Alright, we're gonna raid this guy, man. Alright, thank you everybody for tuning in today. I thought the LeetCode contest was already going to start, but I forgot about daylight savings time. So going forward, I suppose I'll start streaming at like around 7:30 Eastern time instead of 7. Like 3 hours before the contest is usually my goal. Bobo B Bao and Leet Whale, have a good night. Good luck on the contest if you're taking it. K Little Pixel, Spetsnaz Logic. See you later, alligators. The Engineer, have a good night. Brett, have a good night as well. Hope you can figure out a keyboard, man. MNC Los Santos and Bet Simp. See you guys next time. Good luck if you're taking the contest. Don't defense. Adios, amigo. Negative IQ Viewer. See you later. Anyone else out there? Anyone who's lurking, have a good night. Bones Dog. Anyone from Evan MMO's stream, if you're still around, thank you and take care. Liquid Surya, already gone. Everybody, Lazy Schemer, adios. Everybody, man, all the lurkers, have a good night. Everybody from YouTube, have a good night. And see you on Monday. Adios.